Reporting from Powderhall Stadium in Edinburgh, and first of all I have to say I think it's perhaps the warmest summer's Friday evening we've had. The visitors of the Belle Vue Aces, the riders are all half leatherless as it were, and for the first time ever I can see my cameraman's knees. Not a pretty sight. However, I do have with me a man from the Belle Vue Aces, as I say. He's having a terrific season. He used to be a Monarch, Frede Schott. Frede, you're having a good season at Belle Vue. Is this you now settling into the form that you like?
Yeah, I'm just showing a bit more consistent this year. That I don't have that many bad meetings I used to, so hopefully we'll all have a good meeting tonight as well.
You must be starting now to go to some of the tracks that you visited in the Division 2 days, so you've got a bit of an advantage over, say, Chris Manchester and Niklas Klingberg.
Yeah, me and Jason has been to most of them, and but Chris Manchester, he's going really well at the moment, so he just scores points everywhere, and Niklas is getting it together again now, the way he stopped last year, so we're all flying at the moment.
Well, we're getting a lot of praise for the track that's been prepared by Alan Bridget from visiting riders from all over the country. How do you find the tracks in general as you go around?
Oh, it's been some bad ones, but no worse than usually, I don't think. I have to say that I've been around looking at the track. I have to say this is the best looking track I've seen this year. I don't know how it's going to ride it, but I think it's going to ride beautiful. But I rode up here when Doc was doing the track, and I honestly think he's the best guy for doing this track.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are surprised actually he doesn't get some sort of Speedway Control Board appointment to do or advise everybody on tracks.
Oh yeah, you look at today how warm it's been, and it's not even dusty or anything. It might be a little bit dusty later, but I don't think so. But you're talking up north, who wants to go up here, they just stay down there and don't come up here, but I honestly think they should come up here and watch the meeting, because I'm quite sure it's going to be a good meeting.
Yeah, I was going to say tonight, I understand that the two Carr brothers might not arrive. That'll upset the balance of the side a little. How will you cope with that?
I think we get right a replacement for Peter, which is not good either, but it's only Niklas who really can take one end of the stairs. Louis missing, that's a bit of a bummer, but hopefully we just all pull out the stops and make a good meeting out of it.
You think the Premier League's been a good idea in having all the tracks in one? They're now even talking next year to change it again for an elite league. What do you think of that?
Oh, I wouldn't have a clue what they're doing. I think it's a good idea. I enjoy going to places once and go to the track I used to go to, and I quite enjoyed it. But it's up to the different promoters to sort things out. Certainly, if it's going to be a Premier League, I'm not going to be in it, because it's going to be mega bobs you're talking to keep your bikes up, and I think there'll be a lot of riders that way. So I think they're going to struggle finding their riders to go in it.
Now obviously you know all the guys in the Edinburgh team, you know how well they can ride here.
Yeah.
You've got an added incentive tonight, haven't you, to do well?
Yeah, I came up against the Edinburgh's early season. I fall off about twice, I think, so hopefully I should do a bit better tonight.
Okay, Freddie, thanks very much for taking the time out. We'll let you back to your bike preparations. Thanks very much indeed. Well, there we go, there's former Monarch Frede Schott, still very popular with the crowd here at Edinburgh, and as he said, he had a couple of falls early when he was up guesting, but I'm sure with the way the track is tonight, he'll be out to put on a good show.
Well, a very good evening to you, and welcome to another EMTV Live, where tonight we're going back to 1995 and to the 11th of August and the Premier League, when Belle Vue came calling at Powderhall. My name is Liam Rudden.
Yes, and I'm at John at McGillivray. Well, 1995 was the final season at a wonderful Powderhall venue, and it was the season the fans loved, as it brought so many world-class riders to Edinburgh in the all-in Premier League. The racing was top class, as the Monarchs held their own at home at least. The visit of Belle Vue in August brought old friend Frede Schott, as well as fast-riding American Chris Manchester, Swede Niklas Klingberg and the brilliant Jason Lyons. For Edinburgh that night then, at number 1 it was Kenny McKenna, at 2 Les Collins, at 3 Jan Anderson, and at 4 Scott Lamb. At number 5 it's Mike Ferrier, at 6 Lawrence Hare, and at 7 Robert Eriksson. Liam.
Yes, thanks John, and lining up for Belle Vue that night there was a familiar face at number 1, the one and only Frede Schott. At number 2 it was Niklas Klingberg with Chris Manchester at 3. There was rider replacement at 4 for Peter Carr. Number 5 was Jason Lyons with Peter Scully at 6 and Max Schofield, the Belle Vue captain, at number 7. So, without further ado, let's join Mike Hunter in the commentary box and let's go racing.
Well, the opening race then of this eagerly awaited match. It's the first time the Belle Vue Aces have been here in league action. They've been here for a few challenge matches, but this is the real thing tonight, and it should be a real cracker. In this opening race, it's Kenny McKenna going from gate 1, moving up to the number 1 position for Edinburgh. Gate 2 for the Aces, the former Monarch Frede Schott. Les Collins rides from gate 3. He's a former ace, of course, as is Kenny McKenna. And Niklas Klingberg, the Swede, the very talented Swede, a very key man for the Aces. I think he rides from gate 4 here. It's his first appearance at Powderhall. And Frede Schott, I think, shot through the tapes there as far as I could see. So that's a poor return to Powderhall for Frede, who hasn't really done a lot here since he rode for the Monarchs. Go back to the tapes, and it's Max Schofield taking Frede Schott's place. Max has had his moments round here. Certainly knows the track well enough. Niklas Klingberg being eased up to the tapes. He hasn't met starting Marshal Jim Syme before. And Kenny McKenna has made the start, but Niklas Klingberg, a marvellous effort to swing to the front from the outside. Max Schofield is in third at the moment. Les Collins has fluffed his gate once again. Now Les moves inside Max Schofield, but we can see how important Klingberg's going to be. He's looking very impressive indeed out in front. Schofield having a go round the outside as Les Collins tries to peg him back. Les into third now, I think, but Klingberg's away. And Klingberg gets a rider replacement ride for Peter Carr, who's missing, I think, withholding his services at the moment. So he's obviously going to be very useful indeed. He's never been here before, and look at him go. Kenny McKenna chasing hard. Track looking impeccable as usual. And Klingberg takes an excellent victory there, very good effort. Excellent start and no mistakes in that ride, so it's 3-all after the opening race. The reserves coming to the line for heat number 2, and Peter Scully is on the inside gate. Peter's been on loan from Belle Vue to Edinburgh this year. He's riding for Belle Vue tonight because Louis Carr isn't here. So it'll be very interesting to see how Peter goes. He hasn't really been able to break into the Edinburgh team. Lawrence Hare's in gate 2. Max Schofield goes from gate 3, and he looked okay in heat 1. And Robert Eriksson, Monarch star Swede, he rides from gate 4. Lawrence Hare's made an excellent start. Schofield's there as well, forcing Robert Eriksson out, and Hare just holds out Schofield round that first turn. Eriksson's got himself behind Peter Scully there, and he's still at the back, and Scully crashes down, and that race will have to be stopped. Scully falls off almost every time he gets on the track, so we'll have to go again with that one, and Scully will be excluded. Tony's here tonight. Well, heat 2 again, no Peter Scully. I'm not quite sure if Robert Eriksson's machine was damaged there. He went back for repairs in the pits. And I'm not quite sure either why the riders are not coming out. I think there's actually safety pence repairs going on the fourth turn. Seems to be okay now. So Lawrence here had to work hard to hold off Max Schofield round that first turn. He'll be looking for the same again. Takes it up very quickly there, and the Monarchs riders seem better prepared for it, and it's Lawrence Hare that goes to the front. Robert Eriksson comes round the outside of him, but Max Schofield's in amongst them there, scatters them. The Monarchs riders taking it far too easy round that first lap. Robert Eriksson comes tearing back inside Max Schofield there, hard inside the Belle Vue reserve and through into second again. So presumably they won't be asleep this time. Max having a go there, but just slightly overdoing it. And Edinburgh becoming used to taking maximum points in Heat 2. Not got there yet, of course, but they're certainly in a position to pick up 5 if nothing goes wrong. Robert Eriksson very hard in on the inside there. Very useful team rider is Robert. Racing in, making sure he keeps well out of Max's way. And they take the 5. Wheelie from Robert Eriksson. Very good ride indeed by both these Edinburgh reserves there. And Edinburgh lead by 8 points to 4. Well, interesting looking heat number 3 coming up here. Scott Lamb on the inside gate. He didn't have all that much to spare over the 2-minute time allowance. Chris Manchester has his first ride at Powderhall. He rides from gate 2. Jan Andersson's in gate 3. And Niklas Klingberg, who's just won his first ride at Powderhall, goes from gate 4. He's the rider replacement here for Peter Carr, but he's the only one of the Belle Vue top 4 who gets a rider replacement ride. And a tight start. Scott Lamb's made an excellent gate. And Jan Andersson comes down there on the first corner, having got himself in between the 2 visitors. And Scott Lamb will be annoyed that the race has stopped. Jan lying on the first turn, not looking too healthy.
The race stopped by Frede and the rider in white, Chris Manchester, excluded as the primary cause of the stoppage.
Andersson's fit, that's good news, but for Chris Manchester it's bad news, and I think that was a quite incredible decision to exclude him there after it was really quite a shambles from the start. Scott Lamb did move across, that was quite clear, and Chris Manchester, to my mind, extremely unfortunate there. So Scott Lamb and Jan Andersson have made a decent start in the rerun. Where's Klingberg going to go? He's going to come up the inside, trying hard to burst inside the Monarchs pair there, and Jan Andersson and Scott Lamb just ease their way around the outside of him. There's a wasp attacking us here in the commentary box, so if commentary suddenly ceases, you'll know what's going on. So the 2 Monarchs men out in front. They've made a good pairing over the last year or 2, and they're doing a grand job here, but Klingberg certainly hasn't given up. He's right in amongst them there. No way through. Round the outside there, he's in contention as we get to the last lap. The Monarchs men probably not going quite quickly enough. Once again, Klingberg tries to drive through the middle. He's close. Scott Lamb just turns on a bit of extra power there. Final corner. Andersson on the outside. Lamb almost ramming into him. And Scott Lamb's going to lose second here, is he? No, he hasn't. What a burst by Lamb there. Tremendous explosion of power up the back, up the home straight there, and Scott Lamb took the second. Well, that was terrific riding by him, and a very good effort by Niklas Klingberg. A most interesting heat number 3, and once again I would say that Chris Manchester really should have been in there. Heat number 4, Robert Eriksson goes off gate 1 here. Max Schofield is in gate 2. Mike Faria, who's been paying a great deal of attention to his motor, doesn't seem entirely happy with it. He goes from gate 3. And the top average man for the Belle Vue Aces this year, Jason Lyons, well known from his Glasgow days, he rides from gate 4, and Jason's got over a 9-point average this year, so having an extremely good year. Always was quick round here, didn't always quite have the control, but that could well be changed now. And Jason's shot away from the start there, eases himself to the front. Robert Eriksson is the man chasing, and Robert's almost up alongside Jason, but not quite. Max Schofield again diving in there in good style, and here comes Mike Faria around the outside looking very impressive. So the 2 Monarchs thinking about a challenge here. Mike likes to swing round the boards. He's out there again, but that was a bit untidy. Belle Vue already down, so they're in a position to use tactical substitutes whenever they need to. Frede is certainly getting close at times to Jason Lyons. He doesn't seem to lack speed, but he wasn't quick enough from the start. Really giving it a go there, Frede. Mike Frede, of course, is a Belle Vue rider on loan to Edinburgh, so I'm sure the Aces fans will be looking with envious eyes there. But Jason Lyons proved the best man there. A terrific start, and no mistakes from the Australian. 3-all win, 16-8 the score.
How's it going, alright?
Necessary, is it?
It is. Come on. Are you enjoying it? I told you Frede wasn't racing tonight. I told you, didn't I tell her Frede wasn't racing?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, see, I told you he wasn't racing tonight.
Just wait and see, he'll come back. We'll beat the out of you.
No, no, no.
Did you come out and win the rest of them now?
Let's get away from you.
Oh, you get a camera going, all the pretty girls come running around, eh? So you think he'll come out in his next race and actually have a race this time?
How should I know?
Does he touch the tapes a lot?
Give over. You should know, Fred.
But I mean, I thought he got out of that habit. Did he still do it at Belle Vue a lot?
No, never.
No?
Never.
So ain't you going to win tonight?
We're going to try. Yeah, I think we will.
You think you will?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Don't you? Of course.
What's the score then?
What's the score?
You've got no chances.
Well, you got no chances.
You got no chances.
You don't have any chances.
Thanks for talking to us.
Yeah.
Good luck. See ya.
Coming to the tapes for Heat 5, and Niklas Klingberg out again for his third ride. Going from Gate 1. Jan Andersson's in Gate 2. Frede Schott hoping for a bit better luck. Rides from Gate 3. And Scott Lamb out on Gate 4. And seems from here as though Freddie's quite far out on Gate 3 there. He's obviously knows what Scott Lamb's going to try and do. Jan Andersson though has made the best start, and here comes Scott Lamb round the outside. Jan moving out a bit, cutting back in to block Frede Schott, and the two Monarchs in the lead again. Turning in a great display here, the Monarchs pair so far. They've got Frede Schott and Niklas Klingberg behind them. Freddie swinging to the outside, looking very threatening there. Jan Andersson moves over. He's doing the teamwork, Scott Lamb's up ahead. Once again, Jan under pressure from Frede Schott here. Frede knows this track well enough, although it wasn't as well prepared in his day. Now he cuts to the inside and tries to squeeze through there. Really tight. Jan Andersson cuts over. He always knows what to do. But Frede Schott's got him. Schott's leapt through there. Here comes Andersson back again. What a battle for second here. Andersson's back into second. Schott cuts through on the inside again, and he's through this time. Marvellous. Last corner. Jan Andersson's got to watch last. He doesn't lose third, and he has done. Niklas Klingberg's slipped past him as well. And I think Edinburgh could have done with that 5-1 there, because that leaves the gap just to 8 again. Jan Andersson did a lot of work, but he really blew it all towards the end of the race, and just that 8-point gap still, and that's been Edinburgh's problem recently, trying to press home their advantage. Here, the flying Jason Lyons goes from Gate 2. Kenny McKenna from Gate 3 would like nothing better than to beat Jason, a good friend of his. And Peter Scully's on Gate 4. I'm sure the Edinburgh riders will be keen to keep out of Peter's way. And Kenny McKenna made the jump there, but Jason Lyons has shot through to take the lead, and the ball got ahead of Peter Scully. So the main worry for Belle Vue now is that Peter might stop the race. And if Jason's going to gate like that, I don't see anybody beating him. Wasn't so much the gate actually, it was the drive to the first corner. That is so important. He's got one of these back wheel spoilers that doesn't go round, in case you haven't seen those before. Kenny and Les hammering along in second and third, but well behind Jason. Seen several visitors here in recent weeks who've been almost invincible. Scott Lamb's usually the man to give them a race. So a shared race there, not very interesting one really. A foregone conclusion after Lyons hit the first corner ahead. So still that 8-point gap, and that's a tactical substitute gap as we know. Well, we're into heat number 7 in Belle Vue, indeed using a tactical substitute here. Jason Lyons takes the Peter Carr ride in this one. And Lawrence here spent quite a long time preparing gate 3, only to be told he was on gate 4. So Jason Lyons will take advantage of that. Chris Manchester rides from gate 1, and I'm sure he's got his dander up and ready to get right into the fray. Fellow American Mike Frede is on gate 2, then it's Jason and Lawrence here. Manchester moves out there and tries to block Mike Faria, but Mike's got a fairly good run round that first turn. Manchester and Faria, the two Americans, almost together to the third corner. Lovely turn by Faria, takes him ahead of Manchester. Manchester comes hard back. Jason Lyons hasn't made the start this time. Mike Faria swings into the dirt. He's going to have to shift. He's got two fast aces on his tail. Faria turning it tight there again, and that was what got him to the front in the first place. But he didn't want to make any mistakes. There's Manchester roaring up inside him. Faria swings out to the dirt again. Manchester almost level. Look at this. Sensational racing, and Manchester's through. Faria cuts back. And Faria's back inside Manchester again. Superb stuff. Manchester around the outside this time. Oh, Faria has got into trouble, and has he stopped? No. I don't know what happened there. Looked like a bike problem. So Faria takes the second. Well, that was a great race. I don't know what happened to Mike, but he got a second place out of it. The gap now 6. A terrific race. Great riding by Chris Manchester. And we'll hear from Mike Faria later, I'm sure. Heat number 8, Max Schofield rides from the inside gate here. Robert Eriksson goes from gate 2. It's Niklas Klingberg yet again from gate 3, that's his 4th ride, and Les Collins rides from gate 4. 6 points in it now, and we can see how tight it's going to be. Belle Vue certainly must wish they had Peter Carr here. Peter not in the best of form perhaps, but he can have good rides round here plenty times. So can anyone beat Klingberg here? He's got another Swede up against him in Eriksson, of course. And it's tight. It's the aces that are away first here. Les Collins tearing around the outside. Klingberg, a curious line there. What on earth is he doing? He's stopped. Well, that was unreasonable. And that's let Max Schofield take a big lead. Collins and Eriksson chasing after him. Would be something of a sensation if Schofield won this one. I feel personally the race should actually be stopped. And Robert Eriksson's come off the track, so the Monarchs could actually lose this race. Les Collins chasing Max Schofield hard, round the outside. And with the referee, I think, getting the Manchester decision wrong, but just as I say that, here comes Les Collins racing to the front, so it's going to be a shared race after all. Great riding by Les Collins, but Robert Eriksson's blown his chances here. And a bit of bad luck on both sides there. With Klingberg drifting as Les Collins was going wide there, that really, I think, should have been stopped. But in the end, a 3-all perhaps is fair enough. and the Monarchs retain that 6-point lead. Heat number 9, Jason Lyons goes from gate 1, no longer on a maximum. Gate 2, it's Scott Lamb, who is on a maximum after 2 rides. Gate 3, Peter Scully, and gate 4, it's Jan Anderson. Once again, a very quick rise of the tapes. Lyons away fastest. Scott Lamb trying to come round him. And Scott's caused many a shock recently. He can't quite squeeze past Jason there. He'll swing round the outside as he did with Lee Adams, and he's close. But Lyons powers off the inside of the 4th turn. Where's Scott going this time? A cut back, but I think he knows he's lost it now. Probably had to catch Jason on the first lap there. They've got Peter Scully pegged back, and Jason Lyons is well clear. So we're seeing the familiar pattern of Edinburgh matches recently. Edinburgh in front but unable to pull away, and as the track goes slicker, Edinburgh men start to struggle a bit. The Belle Vue still very much in with a chance here. We've seen how well their top men are going. Peter Scully not far away from Jan Anderson, who looks rather slow. The shared race again keeps the gap at 6. 30 points to 24 now the score, and all to play for. Heat number 10, Max Schofield in gate 1. He's replacing Peter Carr, and Max could be an important man with a 2nd place in his last ride. Les Collins goes from gate 2. Chris Manchester with a thrilling victory in his 2nd race. He goes from gate 3. Kenny McKenna is out on gate 4. Just 6 points in it still. And Kenny McKenna gets a rocket start from the outside. Max Schofield almost with him to the first corner. Kenny swings round and gets to the front. Les Collins is at the back, and Max Schofield's down, and Max isn't moving. This race is going to have to be stopped. Bad luck for Edinburgh there again. Well, Max does indeed seem to be hurt, but again it was a case where Chris Manchester gets a 2nd chance. Rerun then, we're pleased to say Max Schofield walked off apparently okay, so Chris Manchester will be thinking about getting a quicker start here. Chris was the victim in the overseas final this year of a rerun race where he had been leading and didn't win the rerun, which cost him a qualifying slot, so he knows all about these reruns. Kenny McKenna's made the jump again, but Chris Manchester this time is right with him to the first corner. Kenny, I think, has worked his way around to the front though. He has. And here we go, hell for leather again. Les Collins chasing around the outside, and he's by no means out of it. McKenna's in front, Manchester looking for a way through. Collins right there with them. Tremendous. Kenny McKenna trying desperately to keep that inside gate shut. Look at Collins racing up on Manchester's back wheel. Manchester swinging it round. He's left the gap though. Collins almost there. Great stuff. Getting fabulous racing tonight. Manchester again swinging in, looking for the drive to pass McKenna. He's so close, and Collins is there as well. Fabulous speedway. Kenny McKenna, can he hold it tight? He has. Manchester almost with him. Final corner. Manchester hard in on the inside. Here comes Les Collins around the outside. Sensational racing, and it's a 4-2 to Edinburgh. My God, that was magnificent. What a race. Absolutely wonderful racing there. Ho ho! A 4-2 to Edinburgh in the end. Kenny McKenna won it, Chris Manchester second, and you could have thrown a blanket over all three of them all the way. Wonderful Speedway. Into heat number 11, a few problems for Niklas Klingberg just prior to the race, but he's there in gate 2. Mike Freya's inside him, Lawrence Hare in gate 3, and Frede Schott out on gate 4. Some sizzling action tonight should continue here. 8 points the gap now, but it's far from over. A lot may depend on how the tactical substitutes might fall, if there indeed are to be any, over the last few races. I can see one race in particular where Edinburgh would not particularly want to be just 8 points ahead. Once again, a sudden rise of the tapes, and it's Mike Freya who's shot to the first turn ahead. Can Mike hang on this time? Lawrence Hare's at the back. Niklas Klingberg again riding a diagonal line up the straight, making it awkward for him. Lawrence Hare closing in to challenge the Swede, but he'll have to pick his lines carefully. Mike Freya looking for his first victory. Frede Schott hasn't given up the chase, so we know he can pass around here. Lawrence Hare hasn't given up the battle for third. Frede Schott getting ever closer. The former Monarch looking in good form there, full flight round the outside, almost level as they come into the last lap. Here comes Schott up the inside. Freya still a length ahead. Hare still chasing for that third. Final turn, Mike Freya leads the way. Looks like he'll get his win this time. He's made it, but the gap stays at 8, and there'll be tactical substitutes in the next one. No passing there, but another interesting race. Frede Schott at times looked as though he was going to put in a real stern challenge. This one looks. Jan Andersen rides from gate 1. He hasn't looked quick all night, but he is gating well. Frede Schott comes in as a tactical substitute and rides from gate 2. Robert Eriksson, again a little bit down on speed, I think. He rides from gate 3. And Chris Manchester, the thrilling American, rides from gate 4. 8 points in it. Anderson's made a decent start. He's ahead round the first turn, but I think Manchester's going to take him here, and Schott's through on the inside. So the Monarch Scandinavian pair, not a good first turn at all there. And they're away. And Robert Eriksson seems to lack speed. Jan Andersen trying desperately to make up ground on Frede Schott. And Schott's out again in the next race. That'll be 3 in a row for him. He teams up with Jason Lyons in that one. So Edinburgh not looking too clever now. And Jan Andersen's looked sluggish all night. He's certainly not giving up. But he's a bit suspect in the heat leader berth. So it's a big 5-1 to the aces of half the gap. And they've got a strong race coming up. Just come to the tapes for the vitally important heat number 13. Frede Schott rides from gate 1. The former Monarch starting to play a big part in this match. Kenny McKenna in gate 2 with a win in his last race. Jason Lyons, the quickest man on show, he rides from gate 3. And Mike Frede from gate 4. And Mike is one rider who quite likes to come from gate 4 if he can get a swing round the first turn on the outside. Just 4 points in it now, and Aces will be strongly represented over the last 2 races. A lot of hard work for Edinburgh to do to hold them off. Frede Schott should know Jim Syme well enough. Being ordered up to the gate. This start's going to be vital. And it's tight, and it's the Aces who've got the better of it. Mike Frede trying to swing round the outside on that first corner. He's almost through. Frede Schott right across the track there. Extraordinary move by Schott. Frede tries to come round the outside of Lyons, and look at that, he's done it. Frede leads. Magnificent first lap by Frede. Now that he's got that race win, he's got the bit between his teeth. Kenny McKenna tailed off. Frede pulling away at the moment from Jason Lyons. More sensational Speedway. Lyons chasing like fury. We certainly know that Jason can pass, but he's got to catch him first, and Frede looks really quick. On the evidence of the earlier rides, you wouldn't have backed anybody to pass Jason Lyons here tonight, but Mike Frede has done it, and he races ahead into the final turn. A quite brilliant ride by Mike Frede there to keep that gap at 4 points. Magnificent riding. Superb win for Mike Frede there. Edinburgh still lead by 4 points, and they must fancy their chances in this race of extending that. It's Lawrence Hare going from gate 1. It's Peter Scully taking the rider replacement ride for Peter Carr in gate 2, and how the Aces must wish Carr was here. In gate 3, Scott Lamb with just 1 point dropped, and in gate 4 a bit of a danger man, Max Schofield, who likes to pull out the unexpected. Tapes rise quickly. Lawrence Hare's made an excellent start. Scott Lamb swinging around the outside as he got into second place. Scully almost alongside him. But Hare leads from Lamb. Scott Lamb will be watching where Lawrence Hare's going. Schofield and Scully trying to get in a challenge. Hare swinging out wide. Scott Lamb's cut to the inside. Edinburgh desperately want this 5-1. They know the Aces will be strong over the last 2 races. Schofield's almost up on Lamb there. He's letting Lawrence Hare go and choosing to ride a steady race in second, but he's going to be put under pressure by Schofield. Max knows how important it is. He is the Aces captain for the night in the absence of the normal skipper Peter Carr. He's not going quickly, Scott Lamb, but he's riding steadily. He knows what he's got to do. Max Schofield's still there. Hare leads into the final turn. Lamb almost slowing to walking pace there. And is he going to lose second? No, he hasn't. He got it again by a tyre. Tremendous effort by Lamb. Tremendous effort by Schofield come to that. Almost took Scott Lamb on the last corner there. Scott really taking it a bit too easy. But once again, that spurt to the line got the 5-1 for Edinburgh. They lead by 8 with 2 races remaining.
Oh, there.
Yeah, I thought I got it, but obviously not. You can't really tell when you're riding. I wasn't really looking at Scott, I was just looking straight forward, so I'd say I thought I got it, but, you know, never mind.
Oh, good try though, mate.
Yeah, it's about time I did something up here. I've been here every year, I think, for about 8 years, so I've enjoyed it tonight. The track's, you know, as good as it ever is. I always sort of praise the track up here, and it is. It's as good as it ever has been, really.
It's not bad. Is there a lot of riders like this place?
Yeah, I mean, it's to me, I've probably said before, but to me it's a proper speedway track, you know. I mean, I've led Les Collins tonight, I've just had a good race there. You can do things on this track, you know. You don't have to be one of the best riders in the league, you know. If you just do some good moves and ride it hard, you can beat anyone really around here. I was down at Exeter on Monday, and you know, that's just the opposite. It's a terrible place, you know, not just because of the surface, just how big it is. Whoever's got the fastest and prepared to ride the fastest will win. So, you know, whereas this place, a bit of skill comes into it.
So nominated heats coming out now. Are you in either of them?
Not as yet, but the way our luck's going, probably somebody will touch a tape to something. But I'm fairly tired now. That's the problem. You don't have time to do anything on the bike. I mean, we've been wanting to change jets and all sorts tonight, and we just haven't had the time, which affects your performance, you know. A couple of races I could have done with changing gear and I wasn't able to, but you know, we've got problems at the moment at Belle Vue, so...
Is that like mechanical problems?
No, team problems. Peter, I'm not sure what's wrong with Peter. Supposedly he's had some personal business he's had to take care of today. You know, don't quote me, but I think that's bullshit. Lewis has broken down on the way up. Well, fairly convenient, you know. I'm not saying they haven't done, but you know, we've turned up here and we've given it his best shot, and we've gone down by the points that them two would have scored. So I'm fairly to say
it's not down yet. I think you can still tie them.
We can still do it, yeah. But I mean, with no disrespect to Peter, I mean, he's good round here as Pete Scully, but Lewis and me could have been better than we were in E2. You know, we should have hopefully gone out, at least shared it. One of us may have won it, and then later on Lewis would have gone all right, you know, so they got some points.
That's true, yeah.
He's not here, so he's made it harder for us.
These things happen, no?
Well, they do happen. You don't mind if somebody's injured or things happen in Speedway, don't they? But when somebody's, as I say, I'm not saying they haven't come here deliberately, but you know, it looks like that to me, and I'm fairly annoyed that we've come and Belle Vue's this year's supposed to be a team, you know, we try to ride as a team, and we aren't doing. You know, there's one or two in the team that aren't pulling, not the weight, but they aren't pushing in the right direction, which is wrong, you know.
We won't quote you on that though.
No, that's right, you know, and I hope you don't, you know, put this down on video or anything silly, but that's just my personal view, you know. As a team, if you want to do things, you've got to ride as a team, so...
Yeah, right, of course, yeah.
Which we aren't doing at the moment, so...
Well, if you get a ride, best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Well, into heat number 15. For my money, Belle Vue's lineup is illegal in this race, but nobody seems to be doing anything to stop it. We've got Frede Schott going from gate 1, Kenny McKenna gate 2, Niklas Klingberg's in gate 3, and I've got him down for paid 10 unless I've made a mistake somewhere along the line. And Les Collins rides from gate 4, and Chris Manchester, who will be coming out in the last race, he's only got 8. So Chris Manchester should be in this race in place of Niklas Klingberg. Yep, Alec Harkis is coming across the centre green here, and I think he is going to point out this very fact. So John Perrin can't count, and we'll have a delay while we get the lineup sorted out. Well, we've now had a change made to the lineup for heat 15. Chris Manchester comes in where he should have been in the first place, and Niklas Klingberg waits for the top scorers race. And it does seem ridiculous that the referee took so long to come to that conclusion after the point was raised by the Monarchs management. The rule is very clear cut indeed, and no need for such a delay. I think the aces have gated here, although Les Collins is almost with them to the first corner. Aces need 2 5-1s to draw. And they're on it here. Here comes Les Collins round the outside of Frede Schott. He's into second. Sensational riding by Les Collins. This could be the match clincher for the Monarchs. Les drifts and causes Frede a bit of a problem there. Tremendous racing by Collins again. He's had a great night. He just needs to hang on to that second place, and the Monarchs have clinched the victory. Manchester leads the way. Collins seems clear of Frede Schott. This race result will do fine for Edinburgh. The bonus point, obviously, they'd want a better result for it. They're down at Manchester on Sunday. The first priority is to get the match victory, and Les Collins has only got one bend to ride, and he's done it. Glorious ride by Les Collins, clinches the match for Edinburgh, in spite of Chris Manchester's flying win there. Well, that was great stuff. It looked as though once again the aces were away, but we've seen tremendous overtaking tonight, and Les Collins has done more than his share of it.
Well, let me just jump in here to remind you that you can drop a line to John and myself by emailing johnandliam@edinburghmonarchs.co.uk. Drop us a line with any shout outs you might have, and we'll do that for you here on EMTV. Also, you may want to send your questions for legendary 70s Edinburgh Monarchs captain Bert Harkins, who is our guest on Sunday Lunch this week. And remember, all the Sunday lunches are now uploaded to the Monarchs website, and you'll find them on the EMTV page. John.
Yeah, thanks Liam, and thanks as always to Monarchs' new team sponsor What the Fuck, the newest takeaway delivery company around. We'll be back next Friday with another classic EMTV Rewind episode, and don't forget to join us on Sunday, as Liam says, with the legend that is Bert Harkins. In the meantime, as always, stay safe, and this time enjoy Heat 16.
Well, into Heat 16, Edinburgh have now won this match. They've got the 2 points. They'll be wanting some more race points here, though, to give them a reasonable chance of a go at the bonus point when they go down to Belle Vue on Sunday. So in this last race, the top scorers race, Mike Faria rides from the inside gate. He's won his last two in sensational style. Niklas Klingberg's in gate 2. He's faded a bit after an excellent opening ride. Scott Lamb's in gate 3 with a very good performance so far, and Flying Jason Lyons goes from gate 4. The fastest man on show, but not unbeaten. He's been caught once or twice. And it's Faria and Lamb who've made the best start. Faria on the inside there, blocking off Klingberg's run, although a terrible first turn there by Faria puts him into Scott Lamb's path. Really made a terrible mistake there. Scott Lamb's come back round the outside of Klingberg. So Edinburgh in the end going to get a relatively comfortable victory. It looks a bit like it. Faria leads the way. Scott Lamb, in spite of that awkward first turn by Faria, has got into second, although he's under strong pressure from Niklas Klingberg. Mike Faria not going all that quickly. Scott's having to go quite wide to get some drive, and he's filling in the gaps very skillfully here. But he's still under severe pressure. Now he pulls away slightly as they go into the final lap. Faria leads. Scott Lamb just 5 yards behind him. Klingberg pressing hard on the inside line, trying to manoeuvre Lamb out. And Scott's again got an awkward last corner to deal with here. He's ridden a most efficient race so far, and he gets it to the line. Terrific stuff, a 5-1 to the Monarchs. They've hit 53, which is actually one of their biggest scores of the season, and it does give them a reasonable go for the bonus point. We've seen a wonderful meeting here tonight, some great racing, and Belle Vue playing their full part in that with a rather weakened team. It did look as though they could win. They finished up losing by 10, and it's got to be one of Edinburgh's best performances of the season. We'll see them round on the parade truck in a moment. And here come the mighty Monarchs. They've scored a tremendous victory tonight in one of the most exciting matches I've seen for a long time. We've had great Speedway throughout the season here, but I think tonight just as good as anything we've seen. And Edinburgh facing a stern challenge from Belle Vue, who know how to ride these small tracks, held firm and actually came good at the end to pull away for a 10-point victory. There's the boys on the truck, and they can feel very pleased with themselves tonight. The scorers for Edinburgh: Kenny McKenna 7 from 5, 2 lasts to finish up with, but he did a very good job earlier on. Les Collins, a super night for Les, 8 and 2 from 5, not the biggest score he's ever had, but some wonderful overtaking and a very important contribution indeed. Jan Anderson got 5 and a bonus from 4, not quite at his best. Scott Lamb, a terrific display, 11 and 3 rather from 5, and he had to ride some very intelligent races behind his partner. 3 times he finished second to his partner in a 5-1. Mike Faria, a great display as well, 13 from 5, won his last 3 races. Lawrence Hare got 6 from 4 with 2 important victories. Robert Eriksson a little bit off, 3 and 2 from 4, and rapturous applause for the Monarchs from their fans on the back straight there, and well deserved indeed. For the aces, they gave us a great match. Frede Schott got 8 and 2 from 6. Niklas Klingberg 8 and 3 from 6. Chris Manchester, a thrilling display, 11 from 5 after I thought a very unlucky exclusion in his first race. Jason Lyons got 12 from 6. Peter Scully 0 from 4, and Max Schofield, plenty of effort from Max, 4 from 6. So that comes to 53-43. We've got the return at Belle Vue on Sunday. We hope that can be just as good. The bonus point might be tight after that 10-point victory for Edinburgh, and we continue to see thrilling stuff here at Powderhall. That's it then, another cracking meeting. Good night from Powderhall.
I went up from my brother this morning, so it's 6 hours drive, so it's, it's pretty hard.
Did he do your bike for you?
No. I did that last night. I came home from Denmark yesterday at midday, and I did my bike, went to bed and got up 5 o'clock this morning.
You should let your brother do your bike.
He was home as well, so he couldn't do it. No, it's not the bike. It's the man that's the problem today.
The man?
Yeah.
Lawrence?
No, the pilot.
You?
No.
You had some good races. You were trying. It's all right.
Yeah, but I don't get paid for that, do I? It's like
if you ask John Campbell, he will.
I don't think so.
He might. Have you asked?
No. It's a waste of time to ask him.
He might have asked.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're going to win the match.
Yeah, hopefully. It's been a really, really good meeting.
It has. It's been some smashing. You've been involved in some smashing races.
Yeah, it's been really good.
That last race, that first race, so where you got caught.
Yeah.
And what happened?
I don't know. They were putting pressure on me, everywhere. So in the end, I didn't know where to go really. There's one on the outside, one on the inside. I couldn't go, both ways. But so it sort of passed me, on the inside and outside.
Because that was like I set you a second, and then you were suddenly
like 3.5 lap, and then that's what I mean. You're there, but you don't get anything out of it. That's really bad. But it's good for the crowd anyway.
It was entertaining to watch.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Cheers, mate. I'll come in. But I'll have to get under the light now.
So I stand out here then.
Right, we're fine. Are we in the race? No, come here, Oh, smashing excitement you gave us tonight. Beautiful. There's some great races.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the track. Kind of similar to the California tracks. Small and tight, and a bit of dirt. It's just really nice surface. Very, very prepared nicely.
Some race you had with Mike Fiera.
Yeah, that was a good one. I didn't think I was going to get him there. It's his home track, and I just inched by him. He kind of made a mistake in turn 1, and I just slipped through. It's a good one. I had a great time.
That's your first time here, isn't it, as well?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I got excluded in my first one for reasons that I don't know still, and that's the way it goes, I guess. So, but overall, I think I had a really fun and good night.
Enjoy the place?
Yeah, I had a good time. Long drive up, but
it's not too long, is it?
Yeah,
you're actually one of our closest tracks.
Yeah, beautiful country, coming through. Nice, and good weather. It's warm. Good track. Now I'm gonna go see how the beer is and make sure that's good too.
Well, usually people come up and say the track's great, the beer's good, but the weather's usually freezing.
Yeah, that's what I always heard, but I'm burning up.
It's the first time I'm here.
Wonderful piece of speedway. Very good.
Yeah, but it was a quite good meeting to watch on.
It was excellent.
Yeah.
Did anybody tell you about the track before you came up?
Yeah, everybody has told me about it. So, and they said it was good. So, and it was good. Also, yeah.
Because your first ride, you looked like you've ridden the place 100 times before.
Yeah, it felt good. I didn't make the start, and then it was easy, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you remember any particular race that was quite hard?
No, I thought every race was quite hard actually. just to make the gate, and I didn't do that tonight, so it was hard work.
It was quite hard work out there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Long journey up?
Yeah, it's a long journey. We're down to Eastbourne tomorrow, so.
Well, that's even longer.
Yeah.
You've been to Eastbourne before. Do you like Eastbourne?
Yeah.
Do you like the track?
Yeah, it's not so bad.
Is there any track you don't like?
No, it's no, it's just a matter of learning, you know, learning process.
Well, thanks very much for the entertainment. It was great to watch. Thank you very much. Thank you. Meeting?
Yeah, it was a very good meeting. There was some very good racing tonight. Yeah, we were let down a bit by the fact that we were 2 riders short to start with, and I think with a full team, I think we could have taken you tonight.
Right, but if you had a full team, it might have been a good meeting.
It was a good meeting, and it would have been an even better meeting if we'd have won.
It's a smashing speedway though, isn't it?
Excellent, yeah, some excellent racing. I'm proud of my boys, the last 5 we had here, because they did very, very well. I'm very thankful for Peter Scully to standing in for us tonight and doing the best he could.
He nearly had a good couple of points. He's to wait for us.
Peter Scully?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were counting on him getting a couple tonight, but he's a bit rusty. He hasn't done that much riding this year, so. Right. And Max is knackered because he's ridden so many meetings.
Was it you who had the water thrown over you early on?
Yeah.
What was that for?
It wasn't for me, it was one of your gentlemen here. I think that somebody was paying back a debt. I just happened to be standing in the way.
Standing in the wrong place at the wrong time.
It's the wrong place at the wrong time, and Les is getting a little slower now, and he didn't warn me in time. If he was younger, I'd have probably been out of the way by that time.
Nice. So we've got to go to your place now, haven't we, for the bonus point?
Yeah, but you haven't got much hope, I've got to tell you that right now.
Right, do you think you have the other 2 riders?
Well, we'll just have to wait and see what happens on Sunday, but I think with our 5, even if we only got the 5, we'll probably have enough to take it from him.
We'll give you a good ride though.
I think it will. It'll be an entertaining meeting. We got a good track and you've got a good track, so I think they're not dissimilar, and I think it could be a good meeting. So bring all your fans down.
Oh, some will come. So do you think it would have been that much of a difference with Louis Carr and Peter Carr? Real big difference?
Yeah, I think it will make a difference, because between them they normally get about 10 or 11 points, and 10 or 11 points will swing a lot of matches.
Peter Carr never scored many here. He hated this place.
Peter said he loved it here. I think he got 13 the last time.
Well, there was only 1 yet. No, that was Louis Carr.
Oh no, Louis is a different kettle of fish. You'd have to ask Louis that directly.
Okay, so thanks very much for bringing out such an entertaining team. Good bunch of lads then. This is Klingberg's and Manchester's first time here. They're brilliant.
Yeah, it is, and they're riding very well, and it's only their 2nd year in the sport, and they've got a long way they can go, and I think they're going to be the mainstay of our team for many years to come. We're very pleased with them.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.